Hey everybody, welcome back to Roleplay Blades. We're in our final hour, wrapping up our downtime between scores and learning how to do downtime at the same time. Yeah, thanks for sticking with it, you guys. This is one of those growing pains with a new game system, right? We gotta learn how to do it while we do it. So
the viewers will appreciate it when they, when we're much faster at it.
That's right. We'll get there.
As do we. So
that's okay. We can take our time and learn it the right way. So you have gone on a combo vice indulgence / gather info mission to the local gambling den, and have gotten this kind of chatty agent to start gabbing about his employer with you, and you want to take advantage of that.
Yeah, so I mean, kind of my original intention was like, oh, maybe I could trick him into, sort of revealing his location. However, maybe the question, what do they intend to do, would actually be the information, as in like, oh, well, he's not going to come get you because he's doing this and that, right? So I guess I'm going to say, what do they intend to do? Like, what are their plans? What could I possibly work off of?
Like Suker, what does Suker intend to do?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So it's like montagey a little bit, right? You guys like banter back and forth and spar and quip and probe, and at one point you set him up in a way to talk directly about his employer, and he lets slip. What does he intend to do? I'll answer the question and then I'll like figure out how that comes out of this guy's mouth. But
okay.
He intends to stay in the Lost District. And what you learn is that he's overseeing the completion of the lightning barrier there at his place. So this guy, he tries to intimidate you, I think. It's all this like banter back and forth, and you're very coy and clever, and he's, playing your little game and trying to kind of up the ante, threaten that you really don't want Suker to find out where you are. It was all fun and games before in gambling debts, but this guy is someone you don't want to mess with, and he lets slip that he has a private estate in the Deathlands and his own lightning barrier. This is the type of man you're toying with, Miss Cat.
So
you understand.
To play up that whole thing, I will give up whatever extra silver is in that bag, right? Like I will. Oh, you're right.
Oh, just to get rid of him, you're like, yeah.
You're right. What was I thinking?
Yeah,
and I hand it over.
Nice. So he walks away feeling like he did his job, and yeah, I did it.
Now, my actual lore question would be, what does it tell me as learning information as if someone has a private manor where they're building their own lightning barrier? Like I would believe that my character would be like very surprised by that.
Yeah, like actually living outside the city is pretty intense. It can be done. Some people do it. It's a little bit like the Deathlands are out there, a wasteland. The ground is covered in black ash. The trees are all petrified. Animals that survive the cataclysm are vicious and horrible. You don't want to mess with them. But it's kind of a post-apocalyptic wasteland kind of thing. Like there are people who can survive out there. It's just super hardcore weirdos who do that kind of thing. But he's kind of implying that no, like this guy's he's like got a compound where he's like fortified a location so he can stay out there, and use it as a base of operations, presumably while he's looting the Lost District, which is kind of what you're implied. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Yeah. I got some information. I'm good.
Cool.
Pass it along.
Cool. Who wants to go next?
I can finish mine up real quick.
Yeah, because you did one already, right?
Yeah, I just my second downtime action. I want to reduce heat by doing using command and talking to the, there was other like bodyguard brutes kind of people at the party.
Totally. Yeah.
At that masquerade ball we went to. And I'm just going to say, like, I'm probably traveling a little bit of the same circles. I know one of them or two of them or something like that. And I'll just, go to where they hang out, whatever, the Docks Tavern, whatever, and talk to them and say, hey, and just walk up to one of them and say, I remember you. You were at that party that with your fancy mask, bird mask. Saw you. You were wearing an ostrich mask. Is that right?
That's right. Do you want to make some of it?
No. I just want since we are of a similar job description, I was there to look like I look, and I'm sure you were doing the same thing.
That's right, you were there. I remember you.
Yeah, that's right. Now,
best we not talk about that kind of thing, don't you think?
Oh, no, I agree. I just want to say I saw what happened before the whole fricassee went on. And I purposely said fricassee rather than fracas.
Yeah, I like it. That's good. That's good.
To talk down a little bit.
Yeah.
Before the whole fricassee went on, and that guy, the fancy one, not the other, the magistrate, I saw him talking a big game about how he was a swordsman and how he was the best fighter you ever saw. And my job won't allow me to say anything to him, but I've seen the other guy, and that guy's unstoppable with a sword in his hand. And did you see that? Did you hear anything before that? Because I did.
Talk about the moan.
I don't recall seeing a thing, and I don't think you should either.
Right. Maybe that's the best course of action. That no one saw anything. Probably right. Probably right on the money there.
He glances over, and there's like another guy at another table who's heard this, and you recognize him as one of the guys outside the door when you were at the party. And he's got the like boxer cauliflower ears and the buzzed head, and he's kind of like trying to pay attention, like be surreptitiously listening, but he's just leaning because he doesn't hear super good, like leaning in your direction. And the guy you're talking to is a Skovlander, and because
if I notice this,
people are starting to listen. Yeah,
I won't. I'll keep talking to the guy I'm talking to, but I'll definitely say this louder, like, because I know anybody with big ears is liable to get him cut off, and I think you had it right there. So
when you escalate to like talking about violence, they like turn around to see who's talking, and like 3 or 4 of them are hearing you, and they turn around to do the like, oh, no one talks to me that way. But they turn around, they look you in the eye, and that's when you get to roll your command to
okay, cool.
to shut them down.
To see what happens. Okay. All right. I have hold on. Let me get rid of that. There we go. Okay. Value. Risky, control, desperate.
With downtime actions, it doesn't really apply. Just do risky. That's fine.
Okay.
Risky standard is fine.
Okay. Bonus dice 0.
Oh wow, dude.
Roll a 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone rolling 6s but me.
Dude.
The more people that roll 6s, the more nervous I get for mine, because I just know you guys are using up the good rolls.
So that means 3 heat.
That does mean 3 heat off the clock. And so Zeke, just to be clear, like you got XP before for doing your thing, but that wasn't enough for you to advance, right? So you haven't actually you have your one that you started with in command, but you haven't added a second dot yet.
I have not.
Okay. I wanted to make sure that we handled that right. So
Yeah, no, I started with 3. I added 1 for being with Careless for the training.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the heat is down to 2.
Sweet.
Nicely done. So I think in the scene in the TV show, like everyone turns around to be like, oh, someone's starting something, and you just fucking stare everyone down, and they all go like, yeah, right, that's the best thing. And they like go back to their drinks.
Very cool. All right, I will take the heat down to 2.
Sweet.
Nicely done, sir.
Well
Excellent.
done.
Luckily done, I think, is more the point.
You know, you're the one who took the risk. You took your chances. It paid off.
Cool.
All
All right.
Nice.
I spend the rest of the time reading, I guess.
Have a nice read.
Okay.
All right, Anne. What do you want to do?
So I need to recover because I took drain from seeing that or having that vision before.
Yep.
And then I also need to indulge my vice because I've got 5 stress right now, I think.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Let me look. Can't find my sheet. Yep. 5 stress.
Cool. So when you recover,
Mm-hmm.
who do you recover with? Like, who do you go for treatment when you have
Well,
whispery drain feelings?
for both, I think I just go back to my house, and I think I had mentioned to you before that my strange friend Kellen,
Mhm.
which is actually like who I live with, and so I'm gonna say that she is able to like help me with my recovery.
Yeah, totally. So you guys live in Crowsfoot, probably. You can't really afford to live in Brightstone. It's too ritzy. Somewhere in walking distance of the Leaky Bucket, probably, so you can go there for your drugs and stuff.
Yep.
Kellen has a she's like grown a tree in the apartment, which is pretty hard to do. Like growing stuff in a dark world with very little sunlight is really tricky, but she's just super good at that.
Mhm.
And it's big enough now that it's like bent and going out the dormer of a window, like out of the room. And she's cultivating mushrooms on the bark, and she has a little like plantings around the base of it. So she's always like plucking things from her tree and making little teas and little powders and things as part of her witchcraft study. I think you said before that she kind of brought you into the whisper thing, right? Like she was the person, sort of your mentor, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So she's a little older. How are you picturing her? Is she like a lot older? Or is she kind of closer to your age?
I guess so. Rune in my mind is about like 20-ish, and so I would imagine Kellen. Well, she could, I guess, pull a Yennefer and technically be like much older, but her physical appearance, I imagine, would be somewhere like 26, maybe. So she's like kind of the older sister figure, but not like a mom figure.
Gotcha. And did you guys know each other when you were growing up, or have you kind of gotten to know her now?
No, we didn't. She didn't know me, or I didn't know her until she found me when I was homeless.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think as soon as you come home, she sees it on your face that something went down, and like that your drained harm is like visible to her.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to even say anything. She just she puts the kettle on, and she crumbles up some mushrooms in the pot, and stokes you guys have a little like wood burning stove, and she stokes the fire to warm the room, and kind of like does the thing where she messes with your blankets on your bed a little to like come on, just come and lie down, it's gonna be okay. She doesn't have to say anything. Kind of like gets it all ready for you. And Myth sort of materializes in through the side through the shadows in the room, and curls up at the base of the bed and flops his head down. So she starts the recovery process. After a few minutes, she brings the tea over and is like, drink this, you'll feel better. So when you recover, you unlock your healing clock, which you actually aren't going to need because you only have level 1 harm, but you remove all level 1 harm, so that goes away.
Okay. Yay.
And your healing clock is now unlocked. So if you take harm in the next mission, you can go and get treated for, like, you don't have to recover again to get healing going. You've already started the healing clock. So it's a little bit of a like future buffer for if you get hurt, you can come back to Quellen and you'll already be a little bit along in that process of healing.
Okay, cool.
And then you want to indulge your vice as well. Yes.
Yeah. So I still had some Lotus stocked up from before when I met Careless, and he gave me
Yeah, I think he like
a
gave you
bunch
like
of doses.
3 doses or something. You've got some
So
spares.
I drink the tea, and then I like set the cup down, and I kind of nod at Quellen. I don't really say anything, and I go into like my room,
Mhm.
and I just leave the door open because I don't really care, but I just like kind of plop down on my bed, and I guess Lotus is like you smoke it through a pipe, right?
Sure. Yeah, you could do it that way. Yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
like an opium pipe kind of
I
thing.
get high as shit, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Without a word. Just drug time for me.
Yeah, I think Kellen, she's a witch. She's into mind altering experiences and things. I think she may have a different preference than Black Lotus. That might not be her choice of drug.
Okay.
But she probably has some like LSD mushrooms or something that she can
She
use.
just like
And
grows them by the tree
yeah,
in the
yeah,
middle of our apartment. Yeah.
yeah. And I think this is a pretty common thing. Like
Yeah.
you clearly go off and do stuff. You have some kind of thing going that you haven't maybe told. Have you told her that you're an assassin, or is that a secret?
No, I don't ask her a lot of questions. She doesn't ask me a lot of questions.
Okay, cool. Yeah. She doesn't really leave the apartment much. People come to her and like she gives them remedies and things, but
Mhm.
mostly she just like gets high and hangs out at the apartment. So
Yeah.
when you smoke up, she's just like cool and goes and lays down on her bed and like drinks her drug tea and
Yeah.
does it with
Well, at
you.
least she's not one of those motherfuckers who makes you stick around after you buy a bag. What, are you gonna leave already? You're gonna leave? Why don't you sit with me a little
No,
bit?
we go and we get high together but separately.
Yeah, totally. I have to
She's
tell
gonna have
chat
her
something.
experience, I'm gonna have my experience.
I have to answer chat's question. No, Kellen does not have any tattoos at this time. In case you were wondering. That sounds very cryptic, but that is the answer. So you're going to indulge your vice, which there's a button for on the sheet now.
Mhm.
But you are using one of your friends. You're indulging with one of your friends.
Oh.
And when you, for any downtime roll, add +1 die to the roll if you get help from a friend or contact.
Okay.
So if you want to, I think it's possible. Let me actually see. When you click the indulge vice button, I think it might ask you if you get a bonus die.
Okay.
And you may say yes if you want to. You don't have to include the bonus die because there is an overindulgence thing that can happen. So like if you feel
right.
like if you don't want to like go all the way with Kellen and get like super wasted with her, you don't have to use her bonus die on your vice roll, but you can if you want to.
Okay. I have 5, so I guess.
Yeah, only on a 6 will you overindulge. It's pretty unlikely.
Right.
Oh, and
I'm
weren't you just
scared.
saying something about rolls and
I know. But so if I roll a 6, I overindulge is the thing, and if we add an extra die, that like ups my chances of rolling a 6. So I'm
It
gonna.
does. It does. But it ups your chances of rolling a 5 too.
God. Oh god. Okay, so if I click
I
this,
wouldn't roll more.
did you say you would or wouldn't?
I would not.
No. Yeah, that's why I'm feeling nervous about that. So watch me roll.
Five's not bad anyways. Like you're not. We could do another run, and you probably will not accrue 4 more. Like it's pretty optional. Things have to go
True.
bad if you do.
Mm-hmm.
So overindulging seems like a higher risk right now than.
Okay. So we'll say that Rune starts like smoking in her room, and much later is when Quellen starts doing her thing. So I'm not gonna take a bonus die from that.
Yeah, you're not going on a trip together.
Right. 4. Thank you.
Nice.
Okay, perfect.
Nice. That's perfect. Yeah.
4.
Almost
Probably not.
perfect.
Yeah, 1.
Well, it's not perfect. Yeah. I
That's
know.
good enough for me. I just didn't want to overindulge and be like, well, you wake up in an alley somewhere. You know? I'm sure that'll
3
happen.
weeks
sometime.
later.
Whose
Cool, so
pants
I-
are these?
Okay, so I cleared most of my stress and then I recovered from harm, so we're good.
Nice.
Perfect.
Did anyone want to spend for another downtime action before I do my thing?
I don't think so.
Jeffrey, okay. I thought you were
we're
considering it, but are you good?
I think we're all good.
Got a lead on a target. Everyone's stress free for the most part, I think. That
Low
was pretty
stress.
good. Pretty good downtime, I think. So let me open up my entanglements descriptions here. Just need to make sure I get this right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what? I think we might make it random. I was gonna pick one of you, but I think let's just roll.
Oh god.
Roll 1d4 and roll 20. And let's see. We'll go around. So it's Zeke and Jeff Wheat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Zeke and Jeff Wheat. Okay.
God.
Anne,
That is Anne.
so you're dead.
You said someone
Let's just
else,
talk
right?
about you.
So you're dead. Yeah, that was totally what that roll was about,
Oh,
to see
come
who
on.
instantly died. No. So you get high and feel real good. And when you come to, you're in a place you've seen before.
That's good. Good
And you're-
news.
It's a familiar place. It's the Crow's Foot Blue Coat Precinct interrogation room.
Fuck. He rolled a 6 on entanglement.
John, can I just say,
4 or 5 interrogation. He said interrogation.
I
It's an-
love that this show can paint a pretty clear picture that murder, not so bad. But if you fucking kids do drugs, they will find you and they will arrest you. So do not do drugs. Stay in school. Murder.
Look, we got to justify all the sweet dare money that we're getting.
That's right.
It's a sponsored stream. This is your brain on drugs, kids.
Oh, so you did reveal it was interrogation.
I said she's in the Crow's Foot Precinct interrogation room.
Oh,
Uh,
interrogation.
Yeah. So I'm being interrogated.
You come to. I think you're still seeing. Do you want to say, or should I say what kind of visions were you having on this trip?
Oh.
What was the nature of them?
Pretty much anytime Rune does drugs, she like has these really vivid conversations with all manner of spirits and ghosts and things.
Mhm.
Whether those spirits and ghosts are like actually real people or were at one point is unclear, but she just has a lot of conversations with random people.
Nice. So when you're coming out of it, there's like part of your vision was this like constable who is clearly dressed in like old timey clothes, like not the modern kind of 1850s kind of thing, like a medieval bailiff with a floppy hat and a doublet and hose and
Mhm.
a cudgel. And he was opining about the problem with the coal miners getting drunk on their wages and accosting travelers on the road, like something that happened a long time ago. But as you're coming out of it, you're starting to see double kind of, and this constable ghost transitions into a real life blue coat who is sitting there with his cap off and his jacket on the chair in his shirt sleeves and suspenders, scruffy reddish beard, no nonsense kind of look on his face. He's a career guy. You've seen him around. You don't know him personally, but he's a sergeant. He runs one of the blue coat squads. Pretty much stays out of Martin Gull's way. So when you're around the leaky bucket and stuff doing your thing, like you don't really deal with them. They kind of like give him his space. So you're not manacled. I don't think Myth is nearby right now. Like you don't sense that he's in the room. I think under these kind of conditions, he's smart enough to not fuck up your situation worse, to be like standing there on the table or something. Like he's smart enough to just kind of hang back.
Yeah.
And he's talking, like it's clear that you've been talking to him in the drugged state, and he's already talking back to you, and he's like, for the last time, you're speaking a bunch of nonsense, and if you keep it up, you're going in the clink for the rest of the week. Speak plain or be done. Why?
You, John. We don't have much more time to do a murder, so.
Why were you seen at Judge Mora's party the other night?
Can a girl go to a party?
No.
Oh, girl party.
Tell me plain what you're doing there right now. This is not a joke. So, Anne, we can play this a little more, but I want to tell you the system because we haven't done this before.
Okay.
When there's an interrogation, they question you about the crew's crimes. You can tell them what they want to know. You can resist with your resolve attribute, just like you resist a consequence, right? You roll and see how much stress you take, and you resist them, and you're like, fuck you, I'm not talking copper.
Okay.
I'm out. You can bribe them off with 3 coin and just be like, we're rich, fuck you, we get to do what we want. And they'll leave you alone.
Yeah.
Those are all guaranteed things. Like tell them what they want to hear, roll your resolve, or pay coin. Or you can like get crazy and like do something else. But those are 3 avenues that you have open to you in the situation right now.
Okay.
Get crazy with it.
So the guaranteed thing is if you resist, if you roll your resolve to resist, you will totally like stand up and not talk, and they'll let you go, and you'll just be like, "Fuck you, coppers, I don't talk." Everything else is risky, but the resolve is guaranteed.
Okay.
Sorry, the coin or the resolve are both guaranteed. If you pay them,
well, we don't have that. I mean, we don't have that much money.
3 is kind of a lot, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. So, I mean, I don't know really what. I mean, I guess I could try and, resolve. I guess that would be like a sway, or I don't know how I would tune my way out of the situation. Really, like.
Yeah, I mean, you could like do something. I don't know. You could escalate the situation somehow. I guess.
Like connect him with a dead relative, like I'm a medium or something, and then just pull at his emotions.
That's what I do, man. I'd be like, what would Anne Grady want right now from you?
I mean, that's interesting. That's interesting. It's like instead of paying him with money, you're gonna pay him with a service. Essentially, you're like, I'm valuable to you in some other way. If you let me go, you can talk to grandma or something. That's a very interesting thought. Yeah. Oh my god. I think let's roll fortune and see if this guy hasn't just because I don't know. Like maybe he desperately needs to talk to a loved one, or maybe he doesn't, and you're gonna have to make a hard sell. Let's say, I mean, he lives in Duskwall. There's ghosts everywhere. Let's say 3d6 chance that he needs your services here.
There's a 6.
2 6s. That's a crit.
High five of the
He
million
needs this
ghosts.
so bad.
Awesome.
That is a crit. Well done. Yeah.
Thanks. I did a lot of work on that one.
As soon as you mentioned
Anne.
as soon as you mentioned the thought of this, he says, "Wait, are you one of them? Are you one of them? Can you do it? Can you talk to I listen?" And he like takes you by the hand and he's like, "This is important. You got to listen to me." And just starts telling you this story about how his partner got killed by Rorik, the leader of the Crows at the local gang, and everyone's covering it up, and the inspectors won't look into it, and he knows it was Rorik. He did it, and he just needs proof. And I need to talk to my partner. I need one chance to he can tell me who did it. I know they didn't destroy the body. I know Rorik hid his body. And it like goes into all these details about some weird crime. And he's just desperate. He's desperate for you to help him.
Yeah.
So if you can do it, if you can attune and bring up this guy's spirit, And you can use this guy as a medium. You can like, because he knew him well, so you can like
Yeah.
use him as the source for your attunement.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll a tune.
You're gonna roll a tune, and let's talk about.
Probably desperate, huh?
Let's see. In a way, it is desperate. Yeah. You do have this guy who's like very willing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that he helps you. So it is desperate, but he's gonna be like your teammate here. He's gonna give you a bonus die because you got a crit, right? So he's just like, whatever. I'll do it. Okay, I'll go into a trance. I'll do whatever you want. You know, he's like really gonna help you.
Okay, cool.
So desperate, and I think so. Do you have any like particularly fine gear or something that would boost your attunement here? You have your spirit mask. I don't know if you want to like show the cop that you have one. They're sort of illegal.
Right.
That would boost your
not.
effect to
I'd
great.
imagine that I was just like I was just.
That's
doing
true. They probably just yeah. You wouldn't
Yeah.
have it on you. Yeah, that's true.
Right.
You wouldn't have it on you. Yeah. So just standard effect. Yeah.
Okay.
Desperate, and then one bonus die. You can still push yourself if you want to. For 2
Push
stress.
myself, so I take 2 stress, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I need this.
Oh,
All right. 2 bonus die. I've got 3 stress now. Here we go. Cross your fingers, chat.
I'm crossing.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
snap. Is that another crit?
That is another crit.
Damn.
Yes, it is.
Oh my
That
god.
is another crit.
I've heard whisperings of these kinds of things, guys.
Jeff, this is just you got to visualize.
my
This is just your chance to see it, and then
Yeah.
you can be it. You got to see it, and then you can be it. Right?
And that looks like it's so much fun, and I can't wait. To do that.
Yeah. It's pretty great.
Talk shit, roll crits. That's our motto.
Right, baby.
Not me. I just talk shit. But go ahead. Keep going.
2 crits in a row, and holy shit. Nice.
It's all downhill from here.
Yeah. That's probably very true.
So holy shit, I gotta deliver here. Like you did it. You fucking really did it.
God, I feel like almost like even more heat would come off a double crit. With
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think heat dropping makes a lot of sense. I think it should be up to Anne because you're the one in the situation. You're pushing. You summon up this guy's partner, and all the room has electric lights, and like the electroplasm gets drained out of the lights, and it runs like fairy fire across the tabletop and up your fingertips, and then the room is pitch dark for a moment, and then this blue vaporous ghost apparition of his partner appears, and they have this weird conversation where in like the summoning language of ghosts, he can understand his partner perfectly, and you can understand him too, sort of. But it's this like kind of private conversation. But you pick up all the details. Like you basically have learned of a murder that the local gang leader Rorik did. So you get that as leverage if you ever need such a thing.
Cool.
And then you can decide how to steer it. I think getting rid of the last 2 heat is totally a choice you could take. I can write up this cop as an NPC and add him as a contact for the crew going forward. That would be another option. Like you could be like, oh, we go talk to our blue coat buddy, this guy.
Okay.
Currently at a -1, maybe it becomes.
Moving the blue coats to neutral. Okay. I'm open for that. I'm open for that. I mean, this is 2 crits, right? This is like super unusual. So
Yeah.
it's got to carry some weight.
Okay, so we can remove our remaining 2 heat. We can add this guy as a contact, or we can move the blue coats up from -1 to neutral.
Yeah.
You might get kind of 2 though, Ann. That's what I was hearing from John. You might
I know I'm here. I think you're hearing one. You're hearing one.
Whoa!
One of those.
John.
One of those are all well. Actually let's throw in the 2 heat because that's pretty minor for a crit. So we'll say it's the 2 heat, and then you can decide if it's status or a contact.
There we go.
Okay, would you
Because
guys
2
rather
heat
have
is pretty
status or
small. So.
contact?
It's your call, Ann. We trust you with all our
Oh
heart.
god, I don't like that. I don't like
Never
being-
mind, Ann. Choose the NPC then.
But let me tell you the like mechanical repercussions that might help. So
Oh
if you
wait, we
have
have a clock. We have a clock, motherfucker. Choose the goddamn neutral.
that'll get rid of the clock and bring you to 0. If you choose him as a contact, using him during downtime in the future will give you a bonus die to your rolls when the blue coats are involved.
Yeah, we got a clock to go to hostile with him, so I recommend going to neutral.
Yeah, that'll get rid of that clock completely. Okay,
It will.
so
Yeah,
let's,
it'll
yeah,
get rid
let's
of the
get
clock.
rid of the 2 heat then, and then make the blue coats neutral, and then the clock will go away, right?
Okay. Yep.
Cool. I don't know how to get rid of the. Oh, there we go. Never mind. I cleared our heat. We're good.
Nice.
0 heat. No one even knows we exist. It's perfect.
And you killed it.
0
So
heat.
excited.
I will go to the faction, and I
Every
will
time
go-
I hear the heat, man, I hear that song in my head. Feel the heat burning you up, ready or not.
It's tough because the rest of us weren't alive in the 70s, so I've never actually even heard that song.
Yeah, guys, in chat, contact
True.
is really good,
less.
and it like having a bonus die is great, but they already have contacts, various contacts that can give them those bonus dice in other situations. So
Right.
it's not clearly better. It's a good choice, but it's not like obviously the best thing.
If we didn't have the like ticking clock on us, I might have picked the contact instead. But because we could get rid of that as well.
Yeah.
Kind of
Well, I
figured that
just
was
straight up
good.
disagree with the chat. Yeah.
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 This one dice is nice, but there's other ways to manufacture that. Whereas
Mhm.
this is one of the only opportunities you can to erase that kind of clock against it.
Yeah.
Yep. And moving your faction statuses is pretty, it's a big deal. Like
Yeah.
being neutral with the cops is a pretty big deal. So
Yeah, as assassins.
yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, you've essentially given yourself a buffer. Like now when you fuck with them, it's going to go to -1 instead of
Yeah.
-2. It's definitely going to go down, but it's not going to go down to the worst one.
Cool.
Nicely done. I mean, you should get captured every session, Ann. This is like the best. It's like the James Bond technique, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh no,
Like,
you
hiding
captured
for
me.
most of
Oh.
the conversation, like didn't even know I was talking to him. It's great.
Wow, I know that's a bad entanglement too. I hit you hard. Good
I know.
job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you. The dice were my
Um,
favorite.
so I guess my question is, when you once again find yourself back at the library with your fellow crewmates,
Mm-hmm.
do you tell them about any of this, or is it just like business as usual?
Well, I tell them about it, but like super casually. So I guess I just like kind of walk into the library and everyone is there, I suppose.
Yeah, they can kind of be filtered in. Yeah, there.
Yeah, like we're meeting up or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, I might have ended up in interrogation room with some blue coats, but it's all fine. Settled it, squared it all away. We're good. Nothing to worry about.
Carolus is like sitting at the table reading some book or something like that. And he just puts it, closes it, pulls his hands and looks at you, smiles and says, "Rune, I do trust you. I want to know later what happened, but right now, I just trust you." And then he opens the book and starts reading again.
If I may, who had you in there? Who was talking to you?
Oh yeah, we gotta give this guy a name.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know if he has a name. I remember the other Rorik dude, but
Let me give him a name real quick here. His name was Holtz.
cool.
Holtz, the Blue Coat Sergeant. I think that's his last name, but that's good enough.
Oh, Oates. Oh, that guy was soft in the head. I bet you had your way with him real easy.
Well, he had a lovely conversation with an old dead friend, but it all worked out.
Right, sounds good.
Yeah, and I think Wheat, like, because the faction status changed, on your way in when you were headed back to Brightstone, you're crossing one of the bridges, and Jeff. Why did I say Wheat? You guys are you're just a couple. You're just a beautiful couple in my mind. I can't separate you. Jeff, when you were coming
Mine
back,
too.
you saw the Rose, and his partner, and the Rose like made a kind of move, like he was gonna cross the street to get in your face, and his partner like held him back and like leaned in and kind of whispered to him, and the Rose was like, "What the fuck?" So that back to neutral faction status is like visible. You can
Okay.
you can feel it in the in the ether.
I, of course, not knowing anything about. You said, is this me and Aldo walking back? You said.
Yeah, it's like before you went and Anne told you, you saw that happen, and then when you got back to the library, she's like, "Yeah, this is what happened when I got captured."
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's just a moment where I kind of look at Aldo and I go, "Now you see, Aldo, that is what a good leader can do. They're completely intimidated. He doesn't want anything to do with us."
And then you get back to the lair.
There's many ways to take care of a situation. I mean, I would have just told him to, pull down my pants and find the evidence in there.
Nice.
I think back at the library too, we have a little bit of time, right? Just to leave off with.
Yeah, I think we can move toward position ourselves for the next score. I think.
Yes. So I think the conversation kind of goes like, we have that talk with Rune and figuring stuff out. And I say, well, look, we need to figure out which one of these three we're going to off first. Now, they are fairly high level and very difficult, but I'd like to know your guys' opinion on who we should go after first.
Wait. I bet I can speak for Rune.
Well, Aldo, I've waited years for this, and I can wait a little longer if it means we do it right. I can't let Skurlock get away again.
And you shall not. Skurlock is going to be very difficult, though. He is a capable man in his own right. The Suker gentleman as well, also a capable man. The one I do not know very well is the lady. Does anyone have any information on this? What's her name?
Well, when you mentioned Suker, I think I might actually speak up and say I got some information all out the tables the other night. I know for a fact that he's out in the Deathlands, the Lost District, and it's not going to be an easy task. It may not be the most appropriate for a first hit.
May I suggest then, I can kind of see where this is going, that we perhaps go after Lady Clave, if I'm saying that correctly, right? Clave.
That's correct. Yep.
Lady Clave seems to be a good stepping stone for us. We've come together as a group, and we've gotten one person down, and we did it fantastically, if I might say so myself. And now we move on to the next tier before we get to these high priority ones that I have no doubt we are eager to get to, but I gotta say this, I have to say it, I love the patience. You're all just saying, maybe not yet. That's the kind of patience I like.
Sure.
He just kind of like looks around, smiling at each one.
I think it's realistic. We need to collect a lot of information about all of our targets, but certainly not knowing the most about that one seems to make the most sense.
Is it safe to say then that perhaps Rune and Aldo, in between your book studying sessions on trying to figure out about who has possessed Kinclave, it is Kinclave, right?
Yeah,
I took these notes, guys. Sorry, so I'm actually in a new hotel room.
That's fine.
So someone's going to find some weird shit in the other room. To be fair,
What is that?
when have they not? This might be the first hit list they've ever looked at, though. I go, because we still need to solve that mystery. Let us also gather information on this Miss Clay, and we off her first. Does that sound like a deal?
I'm on board.
And get behind it.
Yep, sounds perfectly fine to me.
Normally, I would shake on this kind of a thing, but we're basically family. No need to shake. Let's just do our parts.
Nice. Okay, so I think we finish on a shot of Aldo with one of the many useless, semi-useless books in our dilapidated library, but this one is Nobility and Peerage of Northern Akaros, including Duskwall and Lockport, and you turn to the page for the Clave House, and it has the brief summary of the nobility, and the camera kind of pans out from the page of the book. It's about 3 years out of date. It's this older book, but that's you put your finger down on House Clave, and that's your starting point.
Dun, dun, dun.
Cool. Let's do XP. You guys can get XP for your
Love it.
for your game and whatnot. So let's start with well, Rune is first on my list here, so let's do Rune.
Cool.
Did you record your desperate XP? You made a desperate roll, right? You laid at least one.
Yeah, the last one was a desperate roll.
Yeah, so tick one in your resolve track there for that.
Cool.
At the end of each session, for each item below, mark 1 XP in your playbook or in an attribute, wherever you want, or 2 if it occurred multiple times, or 2 more intensity. So you addressed a challenge with knowledge or arcane power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 points.
Big,
That was twice, yeah.
big time. So 2 XP wherever you want, or 1 and 1, or however you want to do it.
Cool.
You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Yes, my desire to
Mhm.
off this guy.
Totally. Skurlock especially.
Yeah. Is that 1 or 2?
Probably a 1. Just
I'm feeling, I kind of feel 1. I mean, it's not up to me, but that's my.
It's
sort
kind
of-
of interesting because you're hamstrung by your character because you very strongly gave a look that's, like very much so yes, but you didn't take it to the next level, I guess.
I could see 2 being like insisting, being like, no,
Yeah.
you guys, like this is what
Yeah.
this is my thing. We're gonna go after Skurlock. Fuck you guys.
Cool. Okay.
Not that that's the only way to do it, but
I know it's funny. I started with this last week too, where I was like, I'm going to role play my character the way he is, but if you gamed up the system, it gets kind of weird with everyone. It's like on a 2 on this one, I like start shooting my team, and I'm like, no, we're doing this thing. I must get the experience with that.
How much is that experience really worth
Yeah.
when you lose your team? Struggling with issues from your vice or traumas during the session.
Yes, she was
I think
arrested.
getting captured counts.
Yep.
While high. Yeah.
I kind of
think-
think that's a 2.
I do too. Yeah, I think that's 2.
All right, I'll take it.
It wasn't just like getting dirty looks or something. You got picked up by the cops.
Yeah.
Just doesn't feel like it because you double critted your way out of it, but you
Yeah.
still got arrested.
Yeah, totally. Okay, 2 for
All
that.
too easy. Perfect.
All right, Jeff,
Mhm.
your desperate XP you've already taken, I assume.
Yeah, I just straight up put 1 in that relevant thing, right?
Yep. You addressed a challenge with violence or coercion. Yes, you definitely did.
Yeah.
Um,
So I actually think 2 is what I would argue. You guys can tell me no, because I said I tried to manipulate for money, but then I also threatened the child. So coercion and then violence.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah, I think straight up threatening a blue coat's child is 2 worth of coercion. I mean, that's just like that's an escalation that should be worth the XP, right? Because he's gonna remember.
Yeah.
You've expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Not publicly, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think they totally hit the next one. They came through in the next one, but not on this particular XP track.
Can I say 0 on that? I would think even.
I think so, 0. But I think for Vice, I think like in a sense, like you didn't struggle per se, but you hit it really hard, and I feel like the impact in terms of the fiction is worth 2. Like
Thank you.
we as an audience got to see just how deep you are in the mix here. The weird goddess is a big deal, and your character is right in the center of it. So that feels like 2 to me, if that's
Okay.
cool with everybody else.
So 4?
Yeah.
And I'm going to put all 4 in a playbook here.
Nice.
So I'm going away.
So close. Okay, Wheats is next.
Great. Every time we roll desperate action, don't think I did that. Address the challenge with conspiracy or calculation.
Hmm. I think dealing with Lanik counts as
Challenge?
a calculating move. You like maneuvered yourself in a position where you could get your enemy to tell you
Right.
what you wanted to know.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. You express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Not sure I really did that.
Yeah, I wasn't hearing it. Maybe there's something I didn't notice though. I don't know.
No, there's nothing I would fight for. Struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session. Is also running into Lanet count as that as well?
Yeah, I think I used your vice as a weakness to get at you. So that should definitely be worth an XP, right? You were vulnerable because of your gambling. So
I'll take it, John.
yeah, if that had turned into something worse where he like, forced you back to Sukur and like captured you or something, then it'd be worth more. But I think for one is for sure.
Great. I'll
So
take
what
it.
happens when you level up playbook? You get another special ability. That's what it is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's right. Aldo,
Yes.
any desperate XP tonight? I don't remember if you.
I don't think I rolled a desperate one. I was looking through them. I don't think I did.
I don't think so. It's nice that we have that track to remind us, though.
Yeah.
Address a challenge with violence or coercion. Yes, you definitely did.
Yes, I did. With the people who are listening is like, the live will get your ears cut off.
Yep.
All right.
That was
So
good.
There's one.
I want to even say, you threatened Careless Firm with violence actually when he said you need to be quiet, which is kind of.
Yeah.
When I had to explain it again to Miss Cataby.
I like that. That's good. Yeah, that should be worth another one for sure. That's
Cool.
Yeah, nice.
All right.
Beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Let's see. My drive, that probably falls in the same category of asking about the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's at least a 1. You definitely
I think so.
express that this book's important to you.
Okay.
Yep. That's like your
Sure.
character goal. So yeah, that totally counts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
He
that didn't
also
come up
like
naturally, and then you brought it up.
he like faked your about that statue or whatever, right? When he like told her the wrong name of it or something, and she was like, "Yeah, totally." That was like at the very beginning. No. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When you tricked her.
Yeah, when I used the wrong name of the artist.
Right.
Right. I think so. Yeah, because your background is that. I mean, that's what your background is, right? You're like.
Academic is my background, I think.
You're the academic thug. And yeah, totally. I think that counts.
Cool.
Struggle with issues from Vice.
No,
No. Yeah,
I
you
wouldn't
didn't.
say that. No.
You didn't do that tonight. That wasn't your deal. We haven't seen you at the opera or anything yet, which I'm very much looking forward to.
Yeah. No, I haven't stressed myself out too much. So
Yeah.
Saving it.
So I got 4, which means I put 2 in resolve.
You're gonna level
That
up as well.
means it's full, right?
So clear the marks and add a new dot under resolve somewhere.
Got it.
Cool.
Perfect. And I put one more in command. Dude, RPY is due to. That's what I was going for. I watched Careless at work.
Love it.
Cool. And then I'll put 2 more somewhere else. I'll figure it out.
And finally, let's not forget the crew XP. I didn't mark it from what you guys had 6 from last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, execute a profitable. Oh shit! It lost our things. It's an assassination job, which you didn't do. So, that one doesn't apply. Let me pull it up here. Contend with challenges above your current station. I think Anne's defeat of the Bluecoats counts for that because they're like tier 4 and she just like walked all over them.
So they came out of that situation really bad, but instead came up.
Yeah, it's 1 or 2. I'm not sure. Like it's like 1.5.
I kind of feel like the crits make it a 2, to be honest. Like we came out super, like she destroyed that situation.
You did kind of wreck them pretty good there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
let's
I
call
don't
it.
know how you could do better than like a double crit. I don't know. I'm trying to imagine like what would be a 2 in that situation.
And then someone did a great
I
job
like
finagling that it wasn't just the heat that we lost, but like a couple other things. Like,
Okay. 2 for that. So that levels the crew. So put a pin in that. Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. Did you bolster your professional reputation tonight?
Is completing the score count?
We did. It did count, but it counted last session
Okay.
for doing
Bolster
that.
Right.
reputation.
I don't think so. I don't think
Yeah.
that really came up.
No.
And finally, express the goals drives inner conflict or essential nature of the crew. These are kind of nebulous, but we're getting there.
Definitely goals. Like a couple of the names that are on the list are people of extreme importance, and I thought there's some role playing in the direction of how they would handle that. I thought it was actually pretty interesting that a couple talked about how they didn't need to cut a path of blood to get at these people. They're like, we can wait a little bit.
Yeah, and I would say I might argue for another one for inner conflict because we've seen this, like, people have secrets from each other.
Also, Aldo expressing that he is semi-patient, but if we don't move in the direction of his interests,
Oh, yeah.
cause problems as well.
I also pushed him on that.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. So let's say 2 for that one. So you guys level up the crew and have 2 XP left over.
Oh shit.
When you level up, you can choose a new special ability for the crew or 2 of the upgrades from the upgrade part of the sheet. And we are a little bit over our time, so if we want, we could make those decisions.
Fuck him. Make him wait for next week. Yes.
We'll make those decisions.
Yes.
Let's do it next week because we're not going to have all the learning, the downtime thing. We're probably going to just jump right into missions. So
Yeah,
Yep.
we're set up for next mission.
let's do it
Yeah.
next week.
Cool. I will make a note here that you have an advance for the crew, so we don't forget. Nice. Advancing the crew in episode 2. That's pretty good. That's legit.
Awesome.
Cool. So thanks everybody for Blades in the Dark. We can do some brief shout outs here to wrap it up. Who wants to go first? I'll go.
Me. No.
Oh, I'm always first. And go.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time. Episode 2, and I'm already super hooked. So I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Thank you, of course, to Jeff, Zeke, John, and Wheat, and to JP for running everything behind the scenes. I am a full-time streamer, and I play a lot of Overwatch and Rainbow Six Siege lately. I'm super excited about Dishonored 2, which is kind of the same universe that this game we're playing is set in. So that's coming out, I think, next week or in 2 weeks. So you guys can find me over at twitch.tv/AnneMunition, 6 days a week, usually. I will be gone to BlizzCon, though, this weekend. I'm really excited about that. I will be streaming Overwatch from BlizzCon, so whatever fancy shit they're announcing, I'm pretty excited to stream that on Friday night at 4. So thank you guys for watching, and thank you to everyone else on the crew, I guess. I don't know. Awkward ending. See ya.
Have fun at BlizzCon, Ann.
Yeah,
Thanks.
have a
I
good
can't
time.
wait. It's going to be awesome.
Zeke, you want to go?
Sure. Ezekiel III, full-time variety broadcaster. You can find me here, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all the same, Ezekiel_III.
Vine. Also, didn't you just open your Vine account?
I didn't. I
Too
don't.
soon, Wheat. Too soon.
Oh shit! Sorry.
No, that's all right. Still trying to get verified on Twitter. So if you know anybody, let me know. Hit me up. Thank you, everyone. I'm just gonna say thanks everyone who's a part of this.
There you go.
I'm glad we learned all this stuff because it's the rules take a bit to learn, and everything will be much smoother in the future and much more streamlined. So I can't wait till next week when we get some killing done with these 2 big mitts. I appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow for drop frames. That's it. That's all I got.
Cool. Wheat, you want to go next?
As someone who is always out there to expose the truth, I want to let everyone know that the reason why there was no one killed is because of Jeff's shitty hotel internet. So, like, just to put the conspiracy theories to rest, yes, you're all right. We explicitly made the downtime episode last 4 hours so that we could have some quality fucking killing in episode 3. Okay.
It's true.
No, actually, I'm looking forward to it. I just want to say thank you, John, for like. We are obviously not as intimately into the rule set as you are, and so it's just a nice experience. Like go through and learn the game a lot along with a lot of the folks in chat as well. So I just want to say thanks for everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you in episode 3.
Jeff, it is you.
Well, thank you. Yes, I want to echo a lot of the sentiments that my friends here shared and just say huge shout out to everyone on this show specifically. It's been really fun. It's like week 2, but I'm just feeling so in love with this goddamn show. My God. So everyone for their parts, thank you guys so much. And thank you to the audience too. It's been really cool. Feeding off of your guys' energy is really fun as well. Like it's, you can tell that we all put so much thought into this. John created this damn thing, and then we created like really fucking cool characters. So like, who's more responsible for how awesome it is? I don't know. But yeah, it's just awesome how much you guys are enjoying this as well, and hopefully we can just keep this going. And then yeah, I'm gonna be home the next time we do this, so thank you for putting up with my hotel shenanigans. And then as far as I am concerned, I also stream on Twitch at iNcontroLtv, mostly strategy games. So lately that's been Civ 6, StarCraft as always, XCOM, Total War, Warhammer, that kind of stuff. And soon, Dawn of War 3, when that comes out next year. It's way too long, but I'm actually going to be doing some stuff with Relic to introduce parts of that game, which I'm hugely super excited about. So if that sounds interesting to you, check out my channel. Other than that, I will be casting BlizzCon this weekend, seeing a lot of these lovely faces. I'm going to be doing a show match with Total Biscuit. I guess that's not actually announced, so don't tell anyone I said that, you thousands of people.
Whoops.
Yeah, whatever.
Twitter.
And
You're
then-
fine, Jeff.
I was going to cast it. Other than that, I do a lot of Warhammer as well. If people didn't know that from the other shows, I talk about this, but I'm getting my Gene Sealer Cult Army, which is going over a lot of people's head. But there's like 10 people in this chat right now that know exactly what I'm saying, and I'm super excited. So there'll be a lot of pictures on my Instagram and on my Twitter and stuff like that. And I'll be doing some Warhammer content hopefully as well. And that's it for me. Just thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. And if you are a sub to my channel, please hold on a little bit longer. Daddy's coming home this weekend. Just don't go anywhere, please.
Nice. Thanks, you guys, everybody, players in the game. You're the best. Your characters are super cool, and it's fun to see them slowly start to reveal themselves through their vices and through their downtime. And we got to indulge in 4 hours of it tonight.
Yeah.
Moving forward, we may do that a little quicker, or we may not. It's totally up to us.
I think this is the kind of group that once we learn something next time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff, you reminded me, you're a big Warhammer fan, and there's a fan on the G+ community for Blades that has just started a hack to do Necromunda gangs with Blades in the Dark. So
That's awesome.
That's a pretty fun idea. I'm curious to see what he does with it. So that'll be pretty cool. I want to remind chat and everybody out there that about the Blades in the Dark t-shirt, in case you missed it at the beginning.
Yes.
We're selling a shirt on teespring.com/twitch/rollplayblades. Super cool shirt with Gears art of all that he made for all the PCs. Super cool character portraits on there. And I forgot to mention this last week, but if you are interested in getting the role-playing game, if you want to purchase Blades in the Dark, it's available on Drive-Thru RPG. That's DRIVETHRU RPG.com. There's an early access digital version available, and it's like a video game early access thing. You get the current version, and you get all future updates forever. And the finished published book will be out. I'm delivering it at the end of the month, but in Q2 next year, Evil Hat will be publishing it with in hardcover and all kinds of jazz. If you want to get the physical version, it'll be available that way too.
Cool.
So thanks for all the support and for tuning in. And I will echo what Jeff said. Chat energy is awesome. You guys are the best. And we give you a lot of shit, but we love it. You guys are awesome.
Q&A thread too, John.
Yes, thank you, Jeff. On the itmeJP community site, I will do a Q&A for episode 2. You can come in and ask me whatever you want, and I'll answer your questions. And yeah, I think that about covers it. We'll be back next time for episode 3 for the next murder. What do you got, Wheat?
No, I'm just.
Oh, you're just saying
like,
goodbye very slowly.
slowly.
Yes.
Yes.
It wasn't a
Yes.
hand wave.
Yeah.
All right.
Next week.
Yeah. Thanks everybody. Adios.
Bye.
Bye. Take care. See ya.